everyone. I'm Kendria. I need you to go like, follow, and subscribe Soul Productions.
What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking. What's up, everyone? We're going to go ahead and get another quick episode of Next Level Thinking to inspire you for this morning. And today I have a special guest by the name of
Valerie Johnson-Reed.
Awesome. And of course, it's your host, Chris Holmes. So we want to hit on something a little bit special for today. So how about you tell the audience what's going on for today?
Today is National Widows Day, and which is May 3rd. So today is National Widows Day, which I had no idea there was even such a day. But I'm in a Facebook group support group for widows, and the leader or the person that's over the group, she made mention of it, and that's when we made a frame and we started talking about it.
Awesome. It's always good to learn more things and surround yourself with like-minded people. So one thing I want to say is what helps you get through day by day and much more and stay encouraged, because everybody has challenges, but we want to uplift people for today.
For me, just knowing that that God has so much in store for my life, and even though I've been through a lot, I still have, as weird to say probably, but I've experienced a lot of good with the bad. So even though some things have happened that have not been so good or favorable, I still have received a lot of favor in a lot of other aspects of my life. So a lot of good has come out of and a lot of people, unless they've been through it, they probably won't understand. But a lot of good things. I've met a lot of good people. I've been able to encourage a lot of other people. So that helps me. Helping other people and talking about grief and loss helps me, as well as encourages me while I'm encouraging someone else.
Yes, and that's always good. And then it's the things that you face in life, it actually helps you grow to the person that you should become. So it's all about growth, and taking, like you said, the bad and finding the good. And also you having people watching along the way, and they need those kinds of words of encouragement. So what exactly has strengthened you? Has it been your faith, your confidence? Because I'm sure somebody wants to kind of hear the kind of tone them in and help them understand so they can relate to this and get stronger as well.
Well, I would definitely say my faith has truly been the main part. I think for me, faith is definitely number one. My faith in God and my trust in God has definitely been it, along with a small circle of people that I have that support me. And I think a lot of times, I've talked to a lot of people about this, it's not the people that you would expect to support you that really support you. It's people that you probably have not been knowing as long as other people. And you'll find that when you've gone through certain things, that there are people that will support you that probably just met you quicker than people that have been knowing you. So my words of encouragement to anyone would be to find support where you can get it the most and the best, because it might not look the way you envision it to look, but embrace the support that you do get. But I think faith, support, and just definitely just allowing yourself to be who you are. I found that after suffering grief and loss and going through that process, I realized that there was a part of me that I wasn't pulling out because I was so busy doing other things for everybody else. I didn't see what was inside of me. So out of that, I have started writing more. I've done a lot of things to inspire, to encourage other people. And I think that's a big part of it too, is encourage other people. When you volunteer and when you do other things for other people, that helps us as well. So I would say my faith, just finding support where you can get it, whatever that may look like, and just doing something for others.
Completely agree. And it's always good about strengthening your faith and much more and keeping things going. And also the learning lessons that come along with it. because like what you were saying, it brought something out of you that you didn't even know. And that's what it's all about. It's finding yourself, being self-awareness, and enjoying the journey in life. So I want to ask this fun little quick question: the importance of smiling each and every day, because nowadays you have everybody probably mean mugging, you got this fear going on and much more. But tell the importance of smiling to keep your day going, because it just brings a lot of positive energy back, and you never know, because energy is a chat just, and then that other person may have had a bad day, and then they're like, you know what, it's not so bad.
Well, I have a mug, and I don't know if you can see it, but it says "Choose Happy." And so I believe in my heart and what I've experienced is that it's a choice to be happy. I choose to walk around with a smile. Why? Because if I go around sad or down, what is that going to do? Is that going to help me, or is that going to cause more harm to me or make my situation worse? So I just think that it's a choice. I think we have to choose to find our happiness wherever that is and whatever that means. For me, happiness is just like my quiet time, being able just to sit and write and listen to a podcast or listen to a sermon or listen to just whatever music. So I think we have to choose to be happy. I think it's a choice. I tell people all the time, and I believe someone told me this a long time ago. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel sad, but you just don't stay there. And I think that's the thing where I think it also ties into mental health as well, because we can get so down to where it's just like, okay, that's an emotion, that's a feeling, that's healthy. We should feel those emotions, but we can't stay there. And if we have to stay there, if we find ourselves staying there, that means that we need to get some help. And I think that's a big part of mental health. That if you find yourself in a situation where you're stuck there, you can't move, then it's time for you to seek help. It's okay. It's healthy feelings and to have. It's healthy to have feelings and emotions of sadness or grief or loss or anger, whatever it is. But we can't stay there. And I would tell anyone, when you find yourself stuck there, that's when it's time to reach out and seek help.
Completely agree. And I love how you pretty much saying it's a choice that allows people to grab back control of their life, because so many people think like, oh, this controls this and this. I don't have control of my life. I'm just on this roller coaster ride, just going tossed here and there. And then they get, into this mental stage and much more. But telling and like reassuring people that you have a choice in this and you can grab back control of your life. Uh, Brings that much more power and confidence to a person, and they need to know that no matter what your situation is, you can grab back control and steer yourself back into the right pathway you should go into. And exactly. So with all this and much more, what are some of the organizations that, or like resources people can reach out to so that they can have access to this to help them along the way?
Well, there are a lot of different options. If you're on Facebook, there are many different widow groups. If you type in widow groups, there are a lot of different pop-up based on who you are. There are widow groups in general. There are Black widow groups. There are websites like What's Your Grief? And if you just type in What's Your Grief, it comes. If you Google What's Your Grief, it comes right up. And they have a lot of different information on just widows groups and a lot of different people just talking about who they are and what they're about. So I think there's a lot of different options, whether it's on social media, on even Twitter. There are a lot of different options. I'm not big on Twitter, but there are some groups on Twitter. And if you just type in widow or grief or loss, it's like hundreds or thousands of different resources pop up. So we're definitely in an age where information is at our fingertips. And so I feel like if we want something, there's a resource for whatever it is we need and want. And I am also a resource. My website is www.strongtothefinish motivationals with an S.com. And I am also a resource on Facebook. where I am at Strong to the Finish Motivationals. And that is my Facebook page where I post a lot of resources and a lot of positive messages as well.
Awesome. Love every bit of it. So as we like wrap this up, because as we know it's a Sunday and people going to be going to church services and much more. So leave us out with a closing comments to leave people with to encourage them throughout the day and week and throughout the year as well as we keep this positive energy going.
Absolutely. I did a Facebook, I'm doing a Facebook 21 Days of Prayer based on my prayer journal, Breathing Under God's Grace. And today, on day 11, the topic or the prayer focus was help. And my prayer focus is help us to reach out. As people help us to reach out, we should want to reach out to people regardless if they ask for our help or not. And I gave the illustration of yesterday when I was at Walmart. I was waiting at pickup and I observed a blind man come in and he needed assistance getting to the cashier to purchase his item. But once he got there, he needed a little bit more assistance to get around to the actual service desk. And then once he got there, the cashier that was helping him, he put his coffee down and he still did not have, you could tell that he still did not have a good bearing of where he was. And he pulled his wallet out and he went to take his card out, but he did not know where the little, the credit card swipe was at. And so without him asking, the cashier came around, she got out of her comfort zone, she came around and she helped him put his card in and helped him with his thing, with his transaction. And I said all that to say, we can know that somebody's going through something and just sit there and watch them and wait for them to ask us for help, or we can see somebody that needs help and we could just assist them. And I think watching that blind man and watching the lady help him without him even having to ask, it said a lot to me because it made me feel like that was just like inspiring, because it's like, to me, she saw his need. She didn't have to wait for him to ask for help. She saw a need without him asking, and she didn't wait for him to struggle. And I think that was the other thing. She didn't wait for him to struggle. She didn't wait for him to ask. She saw that he was unfamiliar and she just helped. And I think a lot of times we as people will know that someone's in an unfamiliar state of life, whether it's someone died or someone's sick, or we're under the quarantine now with this pandemic, and we'll know that someone's dealing with something, but instead of just assisting, we'll sit by and we'll watch, or we wait till they struggle, or we won't even do anything at all. So I would encourage everyone to help someone today. Help someone, whether it be a widow or widower, help someone that you know is dealing with the situation. Don't wait for them to ask for help, because most of the time, and I observed this in the blind man, and it's even true for myself, people that have been through things or are going through something, they're not going to ask for help, because they're just not going to ask for help. So we have, as people, if we see them and we know their situation, let's just assist them anyway. So those are my words of encouragement. Let's help each other out. Let's not see someone struggling or not wait for them to ask. If we know that there's a need, let's go ahead and meet the need.
Awesome words of encouragement. I'm going to keep that going. So we're going to go ahead and close things out. But before I say that, always be a helping hand, because you never know who needs help. And so keep that positive energy, because as life as we know it, sometimes it always comes back around. You never know when you may need help as well. So it's your host, Chris Holmes, as always. We're closing it out on Next Level Thinking. I have my special guest by the name of
Valerie Johnson-Reed.
Awesome. Please make sure to subscribe, share to all the social media platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and much more. And as you always know, take it to the next level. Peace and much love. All the way.